it's looking good. Had a couple of blooming dogs jump in the water about 20 minutes ago. I'm not out there yet, I've just set up. I've got 2 rods set up exactly as I said I was going to. Conditions, look, there's been a lot of topping out there. The sun's actually just come out now as I speak. I've knocked up my bread and I've added some bird seed to it. It's very stodgy and sticky. I think that should be just right, hopefully. Anyway, I'm going to get started, and does look good out there, look. But there again, it does every time I come here. But we'll see how we go. I'll see you later. Don't forget, rudd, roach and chub are what I'm after. That's what I've tackled up for, that's what I've got my rig set up for. See you later. Some topping down there, look. That's my setup, look. Bread in the cage feeder with bird mix, and then with this size hook I can put 3 corn on, and that's going out just out there where I know there's a hole. See you later. I've got both the rods set up and out there now. One over to the left on just the lead shot with bread flake on it, and the one on the right has got the cage feeder with 3 sweet corn on. This is the first time I've fished like this here, but you know, I'm going back to proper river tactics. I think I started fishing a little bit like I'm fishing a lake on the last occasion, really, a little bit. So there's been a fair bit of topping, especially to my left, in the more shallow water actually. We'll see. I'll get back to you later. Haven't had anything yet. Been fishing for about an hour now. I've had a couple of bites on the bread flake, but I've taken them too early. They've probably taken part of the bread, but not the bit with the hook on, where the hook is. So encouraging anyway, a bit encouraging. Don't forget, I'm actually fishing for bigger roach, bigger rudd, and any size chub really. So there's still a fair bit of topping going on to my left. Yeah, I'll give you a shot of the rods. Lovely day again. I was hoping the sun would stay in, but it hasn't. But that's where I reckon a lot of the rudd and roach and that are decent size, in those reeds and on the edge. That's where I've got the bread flake. I'll show you where I was fishing last time with the hair rig, because that looks even better now, because it looks even clearer to fish. Look. In there. I mean, there's got to be some big fish in there. There's got to be, surely. Anyway, I'll get back to you later. Back again. Nothing at the moment, I'm afraid, but I've had bites on both rods. I had a nice bite on the cage feeder. I've now got bread on the cage feeder rod now. I had a nice bite, but wasn't on there when I reeled it in. There's plenty of movement. I don't know if you can make out down here. There's lots of mud being churned up on the bottom. There's loads of fish topping. Nothing big, but plenty of activity out there. It really is. There's a lot of the mud churned up on the bottom where they've been feeding on the bottom. Look out there, look. Look at the ripples, look. That's where my cage feeder is. Still, plenty of time yet. Just keep persevering. I'll tell you what though, I'm getting through the bread. I've got through over half a loaf already. Anyway, I'll see you later. Hopefully we'll have something to show you. Still nothing yet. 25 past 10. I just can't believe the amount of fish movement there is on the surface. Let's go and take a look along here. I'll wander along here and have a look. I've got them both in good positions. Let's have a look along here and see what it looks like. There's been so many fish topping. Nothing big though. Let's have a look through here. See what it looks like here now. Under the old bridge. Tell you what, that might be a swim wolf. That might be a swim wolf giving a go. Actually under the bridge. And over there, look at that, look. I've never been over there, I've never been along that way yet. That definitely is fishable. Look, I don't know if you can make that out, there's a tin of sweet corn down there, or an empty tin. So it shows they do fish here. And this has all been cut down and I just bet there's some big fish in there, mate. Flipping, there's got to be. This will be for another day, I think, yeah. Definitely. Don't think I can get through the gate. Nah, I'd have to climb over. It could be another blank again, or it could be another situation where I turn to the float again. You know, I didn't really want to do that today. I really wanted to stick with the way I've set up and just stick with it. You know, I've had some bites. I've only had one proper bite. The others have been what I call taps. I've got luncheon meat on one now, the one with the orange tip has got luncheon meat on it, and it's right in those reeds to the left. Some Burke throwing a stone in the water, bloody idiot. Anyway, I'll get back to you later if anything happens. Well, it's 20 past 12. I've been chopping and changing, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for this little fella. It's not a bad one. It looks bigger. It's bigger than what it looks actually. It's a nice rud on 3-line sweet corn. I've now changed to a 3-line bait now. All I've got is a one single small little shot on there to get it down on the bottom. And that's on double corn. At last, I haven't blanked. But I'll tell you what, the fish I've seen topping, I've seen one decent fish. Well, I didn't actually see it, but I saw its fin come out the water, and I saw another fish of about 3 or 4 pound, which looked a little bit like a rudd roach type fish. Very silvery, bronzy colour. That's all I caught of it. But there's been fish topping everywhere, fizzing around. At last, I've caught a nice rudd, and that's one of my fish I'm after. That's a beautiful rudd. That's probably the biggest rudd I've caught in here. It's a lovely rudd. Anyway, let's get her back. I'll see you later. And I just sat down, literally just started eating my peanut butter sandwiches. And look, it's caught this cracking roach. Really is a nice roach. Again, on free-lined double corn. That's definitely what's doing it. And what I'm going to do after dinner, I think I'm going to take the cage feeder off the other rod and free-line it. Free-line it. So I've got both rods on free-line, because that seems to be what's working here. It's a nice roach. Something's had a go at it. Oh, look, look. But it is a nice roach. I'll tell you what, the roach rod record is definitely on. It could be on, because they're definitely there. See you later, alligator. Well, the time now is 1:15. That little spell where I had those couple of fish, it's quieting down again now. I've got both rods out now on the free lining. Just a single, small, very tiny shot on there, just enough to get the bait down. I've got double corn on both. But I tell you, the fish that have been topping have been unbelievable. The only evidence I've got that I can tell you of what I've seen of the fish is that, to me, and it is only for a split second or two that you see a bit of them. They look like big bloody rudd or big roach, big, yeah, because it's sort of a bronzy colour, silvery bronzy colour. That's all I can make out of it. But they look to me like they're about 2 or 3 pound, you know, and they've both been over there. That's the area there where the bigger fish seem to be, but I cannot seem to get anything there. I've had what fish I've had over there, but still, there's still plenty of time left. Still plenty of time. So at the moment I'm on one decent rudd, one decent roach. And when I say decent, I mean decent, you know, not tiny flipping rudd and a tiny roach, but you know, probably probably about half a pound to 3/4 of a pound, both of them, which is nice for the river. And I haven't blanked, so it still means I've only blanked once, because you know it's not easy, but there are plenty of fish here. There are plenty of fish here. It's just finding the right technique to catch them. Maybe I have now. Maybe the free lining is more natural to them. More natural, the bait's more natural in the water. Anyway, I'll catch up with you a bit later. Hopefully I'll have something else to show you. My Tench record on the river, on bread flake, free line bread flake, and that came from over there where I told you I'd seen them fish moving. I tell you, all the hard work put in has well paid off. I've got to get her back. I tell you, I'm still shaking after that. I can't believe it. If you had said to me you'll break one of your records today, for A, I wouldn't have believed you, and B, I would never have guessed it would have been a tench. When that come out of the water, I could not believe it. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. That was on free line bread, just with a single shot, and it was over there. I've seen bubbles and that fizzing around in there all day, and that's probably what they were. And on the odd occasion when I have seen a fish jump and that or top that was anything decent, it was probably a tench. I told you, it looks like it's teeming. Yeah, look at it in there. I reckon I could even beat the 4 pound tench in there. I'll tell you one thing though, mate, everyone here. I'm not going to bother with West Town Farm Pond anymore. I'll just come here. If I know I can catch tench in here. Oh, flipping unbelievable. What a place. Brilliant. Alright, it's not easy to catch in here, but when you know, so I've had a nice rudd, a nice roach, and that tench. One of my records has gone at last. The tench record has gone after all these years. No wonder I can see so many bubbles on the bottom, and I reckon that bird feed has helped as well. I reckon they're grubbing around on that bird food because it all sinks to the bottom. Look, I'll show you. It's this. It is really for finches, but look. Look. You throw some of that in, I tell you, they love it, mate. I reckon they do. Anyway, I want to get both back again. I tell you, I'm still shaking after that. I can't believe it. If you had said to me you'll break one of your records today, for A, I wouldn't have believed you, and B, I would never have guessed it would have been a tench. When that come out of the water, I could not believe it. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. That was on 3-line bread, just with a single shot, and it was over there. I've seen bubbles and that fizzing around in there all day, and that's probably what they were. And on the odd occasion when I have seen a fish jump and that or top that was anything decent, it was probably a tench. I told you, it looks like it's teeming. Yeah, look at it in there. I reckon I could even beat the 4-pound tench in there. I'll tell you one thing though, mate. Everyone here, I'm not going to bother with West Town Farm Pond anymore. I'll just come here. If I know I can catch tench in here. Oh, flipping unbelievable. What a place. Brilliant. Alright, it's not easy to catch in here, but when you know, so I've had a nice rudd, a nice roach, and that tench. One of my records has gone at last. The tench record has gone after all these years. No wonder I can see so many bubbles on the bottom, and I reckon that bird feed has helped as well. I reckon they're grubbing around on that bird food because it all sinks to the bottom. Look, I'll show you. It's this. It is really for finches, but look. Look. You throw some of that in, I tell you, they love it, mate. I reckon they do. Anyway, I want to get both rods back out again. A little while since I had that tench. I haven't had nothing else yet. There's still plenty of fizzing and topping about on the surface. What's the time now? It's virtually 3 o'clock. I'm probably going to give it till 5. Certainly no earlier than that. You know, you've got to give yourself every chance. Yeah, I didn't expect to get another one straight after anyway. Alright. Oh, yeah, oh, brilliant. Tench record's gone. Not only is it the tench record, I know 4 pounds, nothing major, but you're talking about a river tench. You're not talking about some commercial fishery with tench in. This is a river. You know, who would have said I would have beaten my tench record on the River Adur? But I have today on bread flake with just a shot on, and I don't know if you can catch it, but every so often there's little bits of stuff all on the top of the water, and all these fish just keep taking stuff off the surface. This is why I should be coming again, and probably again and again. Why keep paying? I've paid my £75, you know, and I've beaten my tench record with it, which is what I set out to do. I set out to do that. I don't know if you can make out here in the movement over here is unbelievable in there. which is where I think the tench are, all in there. You look over there, you've got all those lily pads over the far side, look. All those lily pads over the far side, look at that. That's for another day, that is for another day. All in there. How about free lining bread in there then? Cool. I'm gonna. Might even do it next time I come here. Yeah, what a sight. There's the two rods out, look. There's my bread and... Well, at the moment it's one rudd and a roach, both about £1/2 each, and a tench of £4, which has beaten my tench record at last. So I'll get back to you later and just give you a summary before I go, if nothing else is caught, of what's happened. Right in the middle of the afternoon now, about 3:20. Nothing else yet. But a couple of bites, but nothing substantial. Still plenty of fish movement out there. Beautiful, beautiful spot of fish. This really is lovely. See, the thing is about this place is I can beat any record here. You can beat your roach, rudd, chub, tench. I know now, you know, carp. You can beat, because when I first had that tench, that was the fish I thought it was on there. I thought it was a carp when I first saw it coming through the water. When I got first sight of it, I thought it was a carp, and when it got closer, I thought, flipping how it's a tench, you know. I mean, I was excited enough to think it was a river carp, but for it to be a river tench, blimey. And I'll knock on the rod there. The rod to the right with bread flake on, that's the one that had the tench. That went just now, just a knock. Comes Mr. and Mrs. Swan and their family. As I say, you just don't know what you're going to catch. That's the brilliance. It's nice and peaceful, apart from the dogs, I know, but the fish don't seem to take a lot of notice of it. They're probably used to it here. I must admit, I'm starting to get used to it as well now a bit. They don't come right in my swim either. It's sort of up there a bit more, just a bit further than them swans. And to be fair, they can't really see you properly from the top. Look, nice bit of filming for you. Family of swans, Mrs. Swan and her family. I think her name's Mavis, I'm not sure. Mavis the swan. One of the beautiful scenes of fishing here on the River Adur up at Betley Bridge, where I can sit here and tell you that my tench record has finally fallen. A tench of £4 caught on bread flake with just one shot. You know, it's nice and peaceful, apart from the dogs, I know, but the fish don't seem to take a lot of notice of it. They're probably used to it here. I must admit, I'm starting to get used to it as well now a bit. They don't come right in my swim either. It's sort of up there a bit more, just a bit further than them swans. And to be fair, they can't really see you properly from the top, so they wouldn't really know. Yeah, look, they're gonna go. You go across my line. Don't you go across my line. Taking a risk leaving my line out, but I have, and they've gone. It's alright. Here they go, look. Nice bit of filming for you. Family of swans, Mrs. Swan and her family. I think her name's Mavis, I'm not sure. Mavis the swan. One of the beautiful scenes of fishing here on the River Adur up at Betley Bridge, where I can sit here and tell you that my tench record has finally fallen. A tench of £4 caught on breadflake with just one shot